it's me again, and I just wanted to make a quick video because I have been getting messages from people who have been accepted to work with Interact and they're from Jamaica and they just wanted to know what the experience is like. So I'm gonna make this quick video just to give you an idea and hopefully make you feel a little more relaxed about moving so far away to start your new life in Japan. So let me just start by saying you're really lucky if you're Jamaican and moving to Japan. And I say this because it's a downer. It's a reality in Japan that many Japanese have this preconceived idea of foreigners based on previous experiences they have had with them or someone they know have had with them. So when you get to Japan, you'll find there's a lot of xenophobia because they're not really exposed to the Western world. They don't really watch a lot of Western TV shows, and they don't really get into that culture unless they make an effort to do so by meeting foreigners, talking to them and learning about their culture. So what you have is a very closed-off society that only knows things about Japan. And I mean, I understand because at the same time Jamaicans are kind of like that. We have some influence from like American media because we have cable television, and Jamaicans are all over the world. There's a big diaspora in like the UK, or where else? The UK, New York, Florida. So our family members can influence us. But when you have a whole society that's basically in Japan, the diaspora isn't so big, many people aren't that exposed unless they make an effort to travel, then it's like you only know Japanese. So what happens when you meet a foreigner for the first time? If your interaction is good, then for the rest of your life you think everyone from that country is amazing. So this is why I always tell foreigners living in Japan, please set a good example, because if you don't, that memory that they made of you will influence how they feel about everyone from your country. So like I said, there's a lot of xenophobia in Japan, and it's not bad to the point where they'll like run you out of places or like attack you or hurt you in most cases, but it is bad in the fact that they'll look at you kind of anxiously like, is this person gonna hurt me? I don't know. And this goes for all foreigners, by the way. Any Japanese are afraid of foreigners. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, purple, they're just afraid of foreigners, and that's something you have to get used to. But with regard to being Jamaican, like I said, you're lucky, and I'll explain why. So I mentioned before how a lot of people don't really know that many Jamaicans in Japan to have negative experiences with them. So what they do know about Jamaica is of course reggae music. You know how global that is. And reggae music is actually very big or very known, well known in Japan. So they know Bob Marley, they know Peter Tosh, they know Dennis Brown. I recall once I was walking around in Daiso and I had my Jamaican bag and it said Jamaican, had the not our flag colors, they're actually the red, green and gold of the Ethiopian colors associated with Rastafarians, which I am, but I had that bag. But they recognize those colors association with reggae music, which is associated with Jamaica. So the guy was like, hi, Jamaica. And I said, yeah, hi. And he was like, oh, Bob Marley, cool. Dennis Brown, cool. And I was like, because I was living in Wakayama, Japan, so I was shocked that they knew anything about reggae music down there in the countryside. But that's how it is, really. So they had this positive image of reggae music, good music, nice music, happy music. So when they think of Jamaicans, they think relaxed, nice people, very positive. In fact, one of my students, her parents got married and had their honeymoon in Jamaica, which is actually common. When couples get married in when couples get married in Japan, they get a longer vacation leave. So this is the opportunity for many of them to travel farther distances than they would normally go. So they go all out. They'll travel to Europe. So this couple, my students' parents, they went to Jamaica. They got married in Jamaica. They had a ceremony in Jamaica, and this was in the 1990s. And that experience for them was so amazing. They had so much fun that anytime someone mentions Jamaica, they get happy. They're so overjoyed by it. And when they found out I was coming to kind and to teach, they invited me over to their house and they were like, nice to meet you, we love Jamaica, we love Jamaica. So that positive image of Jamaica, it stays with a lot of people thanks to reggae music. So when I arrived in Japan, it was 2015, so at the height of Usain Bolt's popularity. So everyone was excited to meet a Jamaican, someone from the same country as this mega superstar Usain Bolt. And listen, in Japan, they don't know who Beyonce is, they don't know who Oprah Winfrey is, they know Trump because he's insane and they're like, America, Trump land. But they know Usain Bolt, they know Usain St. Leo Bolt, and they know he's from Jamaica, and they're very excited to meet other people from Jamaica. So I was there during the Rio Olympics 2016, so they were like, Bolto, Bolto. I was like, he better win. I was like, he better win. So of course, because they're hosting Olympics 2020, Tokyo 2020 next year, many people got into the Olympics and were more interested than before in learning about the Olympics, and so they were exposed to track and field and they were exposed to Usain Bolt. So if you say you're from Jamaica, one of the first things people will do is go Bolto or Bob Marley, reggae, which is great, which is really great. So they won't really know where Jamaica is. I've come to realize many people see black people and just automatically think Africa. That's how naive a lot of them are. And that's okay, because technically I am from Africa, but no, Jamaica is not in Africa. So I just politely explained to them, no, not Africa, America. And they have an idea where America is in the west. And I go below. I sometimes mention Cuba because many of them know Cuba, I guess because of Fidel Castro or whatever, but they know Cuba. So I say Cuba, America, Cuba, Jamaica. And they go, ah, so Africa, no. And I go, technically, no. My ancestors, yes. And by the way, many people get really offended when Japanese look on foreigners, black foreigners, and even the American foreigners and say, Africa? And they go, no, I'm not from Africa, I'm from the... Don't be offended. I mean, I'm Rastafarian, so being associated with Africa is kind of a good thing for me. So I just go, no, not Africa. Thank you, but not Africa. Caribbean, blue ocean, beaches, and then they get an idea. So don't be offended, just use that as a teaching moment to educate people about Jamaica, and then they'll start asking you all kinds of things about what you eat in Jamaica and what type of music do you like, and it's a really good experience, because luckily for you as a future teacher or resident in Japan, no matter what you do, if you say you're from Jamaica, they'll get really excited because they want to learn more, because they have a positive image of Jamaicans in Japan. Which is why, again, it's so important, very, very important, that if you are Jamaica and you move to Japan, please set a good example. I know many Jamaicans who are there and setting a great example, which just carries on for the future ones. Please follow the rules of the country. Pay attention. If someone says don't do this, don't do it. Don't set a bad example where forever in the minds of the persons you have interacted with, they'll be like, yeah, I met a Jamaican, they did this and that and it wasn't great. And I also just want to say thank you to all the hardworking Jamaican teachers who live in Japan. Because of you, many Japanese work with us and they just absolutely love it compared to other foreigners, because we work really hard and sometimes we have 2 jobs and they're like, how do you do it, and still just are so friendly. So when you get to Japan as a new teacher, you really, if you meet someone who's been there for 5 years and has been doing the job, like working hard and making us look good, thank them, because it really makes it easier for you to get into this position and have a job there and really excel and do well. So just to finalize, being a Jamaican in Japan, it has a lot of perks if you mention quickly that you're Jamaican. Like immediately the people are just more catering to you and they want to get to know you and be friends with you, because in their eyes Jamaica is a really cool country full of really cool, amazing people, and they want to get to know you more. So open up to them and they'll open up more to you, and it will be a really good situation. It won't be perfect at some times, and other times you'll feel uncomfortable or sad, but I was treated with regard to my hair, like I have dreadlocks. With regard to my hair, I was treated better in Japan with regard to my hair than I ever was in Jamaica. They just saw me, and I would always get lots of compliments, and from older generation, younger generation, the babies were afraid of me because they've never seen black people before, but you'll get over that. So I just want to say again, go to Japan with an open mind and an open heart and you'll be fine, and just enjoy the experience. You're very, very lucky that you're a Jamaican. Remember to mention that immediately and you'll have a great time. Okay, so if you have any more questions, feel free to ask me, because I want to help and make sure that everyone who goes to Japan gets there with some knowledge, so it's a good experience for them, like how I had an amazing 4-year experience working there with Interact and A2B language school in Wakayama. I should keep that in mind. I lived in Wakayama, I lived in the countryside, so maybe that's why I had such a great experience. Oh well, go to the countryside. So till next time, bye.